Okay, the perimeter of a rectangle is 124. The length is 8 more than 5 times the width. Find the width and the length. Okay. So let me draw a rectangle over here for us. I didn't do that so well. Let me try that again. Okay, didn't finish it. There we go. Okay, so we have width, length. We've got a rectangle. So what is the perimeter of a rectangle? Well, you know, the word perimeter, peri means around and meter means measure. Like, I don't know if you ever hear people say the metric for that. Metric means measure. Meter means measure. So perimeter is a round measure. So perimeter is measuring around an object. So when we talk about the perimeter of the rectangle, we mean how far all the way around the rectangle. Well, it's a width, a length, another width, and another length. So it's 2 widths and 2 lengths. So the formula for perimeter is 2 lengths and 2 widths. It doesn't matter which one comes first or second. That perimeter equals 124. So there we go for that. And then the second equation says the length is, so L equals is 8 more than, 8 added to, 5 times the width. 5 times the width. I'll write that here. L equals 8 added to 5 times the width. See how I just directly, I took that second sentence very, very directly. The length is, L equals 8 more than, 8 added to, 5 times the width, 5W. Now, you might get another version in which, what if they said less than? What if they said less than? 8 less than. I want to make sure you're aware, in case they do that to you, that the 8 has to come at the back then. That's the common mistake a lot of students make, is they'll go ahead and put the 8 on the front with a less than. But that's not correct. You know that. Like, what if I said 8 less than 20? You all know that 8 goes subtracted at the back, doesn't it? Just think about that common English phrase, 8 less than 20. You know the 8 is subtracted at the back. So watch out. If they give you a less than version and they say 8 less than, mine says more than. But if they happen to say less than, 8 less than, the 8 is subtracted at the back, not the front. It's not 8 in the front, right? 8 less than, the 8 would go in the back. We've seen that before with word problems, but that's still an easy mistake to make. So watch out if they try to trick you with that. All right. So ours is more than. Let's go back to ours. Rewind here. Oops, too far. There we go. All right. So now, so notice whenever you have 2 letters, we have width and length, 2 letters, L and W. Whenever you have 2 letters, you need 2 equations. 2 letters require 2 equations. We have 2 equations. So now what are we going to do? Remember what we learned to do with these? You plug one of them into the other. So I'm going to take this right here, L equals 8 plus 5W, plug it in right there for L, because it says length equals 8 plus 5W. So wherever you see L, you're free to replace it with 8 plus 5W. So it's going to be 2 parentheses 8 plus 5W plus 2 width equals 124. So that L is replaced with 8 plus 5W. Okay, so now let's solve this thing. Boom, boom. 2 times 8, 16, plus 10W, plus 2W is 124. So the 2 multiplies both those. And then 10W plus 2W is 12W. And then subtract 16 from both sides. And we get 12W is, what is that, 108. Use your calculator as you need to. And then last step to finish solving for W is divide by 12. And so the width is, I don't know, let me use my calculator real quick. Oh, it's 9, isn't it? Okay, so the width is 9. So we got the width now. Now, what do you do once you have the width? You're basically going to plug that in. I'll just bring it over here. So Now, last step is plug in width equals 9. Anywhere. You can really plug it in anywhere you want to find the length. The easiest place is going to be right here where you've already got the length, the L alone. Is that making sense? So basically, once you get your first answer, like we got W, once you get your first answer, then you can plug that in anywhere you want. It's impossible to go wrong. Plug it in anywhere you want to find the other letter. Now, the easiest place, the quickest thing to do, since you've already got W and you're trying to find L, is to plug into the one that's got L alone already. Plug into the equation that's got L alone. Now, if you plugged into the other equation, it would still work. You just have more work to get there. It's going to be easier to plug into the one that's already got L alone. So plug in right there. W equals 9. Let me grab that and do that. W equals 9. Plug in right there. So it's going to come out to be L is 8 plus 5 times, and I'm plugging in that 9 right there. W is 9. So L is 8 plus 45. L is, what's that, 53? The length is 53. So the width is 9. The length is 53. So one more time, recapping, for a rectangle, perimeter means perimeter, a round measure, all the way around. Width, length, width, length. So 2 widths and 2 lengths, either order. L first or W first, doesn't matter. Equals, length is 124. The other formula directly translate L is 8 more than 5 times W. Plug that in, plug one equation into the other. You get this equation that only has W, solve for W. Once you get one answer, plug that in anywhere to get the other answer. Easiest place is where L is already alone, and we solve for L. There we go.